Hello? Hello? Oh, looks like we blasted it. Oh, hopefully not. Alright, hello. How's it going? I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for tuning in. I just had a brief thought to just do a live stream playing through all the Tuba Technical Etudes, considering the big All State audition is tomorrow, so figured I'd take a little bit of time to do those just to give anyone who's auditioning for those just a little earworm, so they're listening, so they have something to listen to last minute. Because before we get into it, I'll just say a couple of things just about some general tips for me about what you should be doing tomorrow and such like that. So first of all, really tomorrow is not the day to fit in any of that last minute practicing you think you need to do. The only thing you should really practice, in my opinion, is just to maybe hit the beginning and endings of the technical, and then choose like maybe 1 or 2 spots max. That's all the playing I think you should do tomorrow with regards to the etude. Sure, there's probably some room to do something like just play through some long tones or something easy. Maybe sight read something might be a good idea just to get yourself in that mind space. But if you're spending more than, I would say even more than 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes working on your etude, you need to move on. Because let's be real, all that practicing, it's not going to help you that much at this stage. Sure, if you practiced like that last week, that's perfectly fine. But right now, if you have things to fix, oh well, just do your best with what you have and keep moving forward. That's really the best advice I can give for you in regards to what to practice. The other thing I think, regardless of how you feel about how you've prepared it, whether you feel like you're prepared enough or maybe you're not prepared enough, either way, you need to walk into that room with the mindset of, I got this. Because I think that'll help you kind of be more confident and stick moving forward through your audition. Because if you show up saying, I don't got this, you won't get it. Definitely not. Because you've blocked it away in your head that, I'm not good enough. I should have practiced more, blah, 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 which maybe you did. Sure. But you telling yourself that is definitely locking down the fact that you probably won't succeed in the audition. It's just how those things work. It's like in tests when they tell you to stick with your guts and try not to erase answers unless you feel confident enough that it's something else. It's the same thing with auditions and such. You should really go in with the mindset that I've got this. I'm going to do well. Because regardless of how you actually do, you really just want to try something. And regardless of whether it's good or bad, you just need to do it. Because if you don't, then it for sure won't happen. So just keep that in mind for your audition. Just walk in there, do your things, try to be as positive as you can, and then get out of there. That's my biggest piece of advice for you if you're doing the auditions. Okay? Cool. So feel free to ask any sort of questions at all while we're doing this. If you have any, like I said, like we did in the previous streams, if you watched them, if you didn't, we'll be going from the middle school etude to the concert band etude to the symphonic band etude. We'll just go in order from lowest level to highest level, all 3 technical etudes for tuba. And if you have anything else you'd like me to play through, please feel free to ask. This won't be too long of a stream. We'll really spend here doing all sorts of random little requests and things. And also, in contrast to the previous All State stream, I won't be spending as much time talking about each etude because, like I said, at this point, there's not too much you can do to change how your personal playing is going. So, plan is we're just going to play through each one. I'll play through each one like maybe 2 or 3 times, partially just so I can kind of get out a good-ish recording, and then also just so you can listen to it a couple times in a row without going backwards on a video somewhere or something. One last thing. I wanted to apologize because it's been a while since I last did a stream. I think since that last one when was it? Actually, it might have been September or August. Let's see. I can't really remember. Yeah, it was August, end of August was the last time we did a stream. So, just wanted to do a quick apology. Hopefully the audio is still fine, but part of the reason I was a little bit late from my original 10:30 time that I said I was going to do this is just because I was doing some audio testing. Because like I said, it's been a while since I've done this kind of thing. And I apologize if the audio for the tuba recording isn't perfect. But hopefully it's good enough to where you can hear the tuba sounds clearly and such. But let me know if it sounds a little bit too soft or if it's a little bit too fuzzy. Those were like the 2 main issues that I was encountering when I was recording and testing. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy. I hope this is helpful. Like I said, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm going to write a little thing. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate. Okay. Please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, just gonna really quickly make a new little thing. Okay, then I need to make that smaller. So that is obvious. Oh, no, that's not what I want to move. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Put it in the corner. Alignment, center. Almost fits in that box there. Okay, well that's good enough. Okay, here we go. Like I said, we're gonna start from middle school, concert band, symphonic. So here we go with the concert band 638 Technical Etude. Oh, also let me make sure I have it up. Cool. Actually, I'm gonna warm up just a tiny bit. No, not that. There we go. Gonna move myself over here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do warm up with the lyrical etude. I'll play it once, and then we're gonna move on to the technical etudes. So here we go. But cool, let's go ahead and move on. We're going to keep moving forward to the middle school technical etude. Oh, also, another tip I have is you can just simply, a good way of getting these etudes in your head is just have the metronome out and just sing along with it. So I'm gonna do that actually, get the tempo. So I'm right on the money. I think I generally play this one around the right speed, but never hurts to play a metronome to get the right tempo in your head. Let me stop this recording. Okay. Yeah. And that's a really simple way, because the big reason why I say don't spend a lot of time practicing at the audition or like the day of the audition is just because you don't want to wear yourself out, so that when you go to the audition you're half worn out because you played for an hour or two. So an easy way to practice your etude without actually practicing it is just to sing it out loud, hum it, or sing it in your side your head with a metronome. Okay, but here's the technical etude. Like I said, each one of these I'll play like two or three times ish, something like that, until I feel like it's pretty satisfying or pretty good. But anyways. Yeah, and it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are bound to happen. The big thing when you can make mistakes is just, if you make a mistake in the audition, is just take like the briefest of seconds and just keep trucking forward. Because it's bound to happen. Let's be real. All right, but let's move on. Keep it moving to the concert band technical. Yes, that should be good enough. Yeah, concert band technical. Based on 70 Studies number 4 from Blazevich. It's a fun one, kind of. Not really. Not one of my personal favorites, but it's pretty good for a audition like this. But yeah, once again, gonna play the metronome for a second, then we're gonna just move in. Okay, here we go. Before we move on, I want to take a really brief second to just look at it, because I made a couple of recordings just to see if the audio is fine. So let me make sure those are fine still. Let's do that. And then we'll keep chugging forward. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Concert band technical. Here we go. So about right. Yeah. And so before we move to the last one for today, and I'm gonna stop like after. Well, I'm not. I just mean after this next one, before we cut off the stream, I'm gonna kind of summarize all these little tips that kind of come up in my head. But another little tip that came to my head for a second, but I don't think it's the greatest idea, is if you really wanted to, something you might want to do, but once again, sorry, I'll just go through with it. Small little tip is just to record whatever you play of the etude before in your like maybe 10-15 minute practice of your etude. I would say 15 minutes max for practicing your etude tomorrow before the audition. If you, something that you might help you a little bit is just to record yourself playing that. I think the downside to this is the risk is you'll hear something and be like, oh, I can do better. And you'll try to really change it. So this one's kind of a minor, not as much of a suggestion I'd give. But it might help you to get an idea of how it's sounding, good or bad. Whether it's going amazing or maybe it's not going so hot. Just give yourself like a tiny bit of a reality check. Depends how confident you are. If you feel pretty confident with it, this might be a good way of kind of confirming that, oh yeah, I do have this. But if you're not feeling so confident with it, this might be a suggestion that you don't do at all. because I feel like this suggestion, if you do this and your recording is bad, um, it can be kind of a moment where it's like, oh, I can't do this, and make your self-esteem drop down to zero. So I would urge caution with this one. If you do this, I would only record yourself once, and that's like, if you decide to play through it once, do it that one time. And I mean, maybe you could use it to like address one or two spots. You could record the whole thing, listen back, and say, okay, this one spot or this other spot wasn't so great, and spend like 1 minute practicing that one little spot to try to get better. But odds are, whatever practice you try to do to fix that one little spot won't really take effect. So this is why I urge caution if you decide to do this little suggestion. But anyways, let's move on to our last etude of the night, and that is our Symphonoband Technical, which I think is apropos that this is the top level. I think this of the grouping, this is definitely the most difficult. I was actually talking to a student yesterday, and they were saying the one trouble spot they were having was the con moto section here. Am I auditioning tomorrow? No. No, I won't be at the audition site. I'm way past that level. I'm just giving a little bit of advice. And just playing these. Just to give anyone who's auditioning tomorrow just something to listen to, so they aren't spending hours of practicing. But the big thing, like I said, with whatever you play, just be confident. But yeah, so let's play the... Oh, sick. Good luck. You got it. I'm not playing the bassoon one. Unless the bassoon one is one of these, which I doubt. Just playing through the tuba ones. But cool. Yeah, of course. Okay, so let's play this last one. We're going to play it a couple times like we've been doing the previous couple, and we're going to move forward. Or I'll wrap up the stream, give a last couple pieces of little advice, and then we'll call it for today. And yeah, we'll do another stream soon. But here we go. Right about there-ish. Okay. Hey Jonathan, thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a great night too. Sorry, gotta empty the spit out one more time. All right, let's do this, shall we? I'm going to do that one or two more times, but first I'm going to just take a second because I think this A2, like I said, this A2 is apropos for this level, but it's honestly, even for me, like it's kind of challenging. That con moto section is what makes this etude not easy. Otherwise, I mean, it's still not hard with the rest of it. It's still not easy, I mean, it's still challenging. But the con moto section with all those 8th to 16th patterns makes it really tricky. So I'm going to take 1 second just to practice those a tiny bit, and then I'm going to do 2 more runs and then start wrapping up the stream. So here we go. Whew. Okay, cool. So I hope that was helpful. We're gonna get rid of that. Go Wolfman. Thank you, Pirate Panda. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Whew. It's exhausting stuff, for sure. There you go. I'll put that. Oh god, there's no... Well, put it back up there. There we go. It fits there perfectly somehow now. Weird. Oh well. Alright, but cool. Yeah, that was all the technical etudes. If you would like to hear the lyrical etudes, I've already recorded those on my past 2 streams, so feel free to check those out if you are auditioning. I for some reason thought at some point that the auditions you played both the lyrical and technical, but I know last year they did just technical. But I know that was partly just because last year was a weird year with all the snow. So if you need to listen to the lyrical ones, feel free to check out my past live streams, but hopefully that was helpful for just providing something to listen to while you're waiting, depending on whether you're like one of the first people or one of the last people. Because I know it can be a long day for everyone, and especially if you're towards the end, don't think of that extra time as time for you to practice. You really shouldn't be practicing that much. Like I was saying, the time on your instrument, I would say like maybe spend like 10-15 minutes max on the etude on your instrument. You can spend a little bit of time outside of that just singing the etude, like I said earlier. Any advice on first time honor band? Yeah. The big thing is when you're going to audition, or do you mean like you're talking about the audition, right? Not just like playing in the honor band itself. Because with the audition, my advice is just going in there, go in with a positive mindset, regardless of how you actually feel about where you are with your preparation of the etude. Go in there with a positive mindset, because if you go in there with a negative mindset of, I can't play this, I wish I had more time, then there's no way you're going to get past that audition. But if you go in, even if you're like really not good on certain parts, just be confident, you're more likely. Still, there's always a chance of not making it, but you're more likely to get in because you're more confident. If you go in just being like, I don't know, but because I know I remember from last year, in 2024, I helped out with one of the auditions, and I remember one person came in that was like really confident, but then they weren't quite so good of a player. So confidence can always go back both ways, where it's like sometimes it can help, but then sometimes it's just indifferent. But it's because honestly, there's not much to do. There's not much you can do in the time before now and the audition time to really get better. Whatever you do in your practice is most likely going to reset. But I will say, now going back to your question, if you're talking about like going and actually playing with the band, the big thing is just have fun. Honor band is cool, as I never did honor band, but I imagine it's fun just because you get to play with a bunch of people you've maybe never met before. And you get advice from a master clinician who you maybe haven't met before. So just have fun, take notes, and make connections with those other two players you play with. Friend them on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use. Find them there, exchange phone numbers, whatever, exchange email addresses, whatever you do. Make friends. But for audition, I would say slightly less so with that kind of stuff. If you do hit it off with someone, cool. But in the audition, just focus on keeping there. If you need to, find a way to distract yourself. Whether that's finding someone to talk to who will talk with you. If someone try to talk to someone and they don't want to talk to you, don't try to force a conversation on them. That's never a good idea, especially with audition, because you forcing audition on them when they don't want to talk is more likely to screw with their headspace here. So maybe start with a question like, hey, can I, my name is such and such. Do you want to talk for a couple of minutes? If they say yes, keep on going. If they say no, just say, okay, good luck, and keep moving forward. But the other way, because I know for me, that's not me at all, but but the other way is just bring headphones or something like that. Bring a game console. If you're there for like hours and hours waiting for the audition, don't spend hours and hours with your instrument in hand. If you do that, you're not going to do well with audition most of the time. Maybe you will if you practice like tons and tons on average, but my personal opinion is that the less time you spend on the instrument on audition day, the more successful you will be. Of course, it depends on your prior preparation. I know back in my undergrad, the head of the school was famous for his 5P talk that he'd do at the beginning, where his 5Ps are proper prior preparation prevents poor performance, 6Ps. And it's true. If you prepare properly before the audition, you will have a great audition. If you don't prepare so great, you won't have so great an audition. But regardless of what spectrum you're on, whether you've prepared more or prepared less, you still need to be confident with whatever you have. Yeah, because that's the big thing. You got to be confident. It's I guess the other thing, which is something I learned from I think it was David Zirkle, came by and talked about audition. He had this saying. It was just like, he had his students, when they did auditions or whatever, just have them say like in their heads like, I got this, to help build confidence, because that's half of playing well. It's just being confident and convincing the audience or people you're playing in front of that you can actually play your instrument. Because the thing is about these auditions, Maybe slightly less so with these, but especially if you're doing like a orchestral or military band audition, um, more often than not, the judges are looking for good things rather than they're trying to look for what is this guy messing up. Um, they're looking to see how does this guy sound. Oh, he has a great sound. His technique is great. He has a really great low range. Sure, they'll use the negatives to kind of separate people, but they're going to look more for the positive things and use those to say, oh, this guy's such a great player. They're amazing. They're not going to think, okay, this guy missed a D flat cut. This guy can't triple tongue cut. This guy missed an octave jump cut. They're not going to think that first usually. There's probably exceptions. I'm sure there's people who do think that way, but go in there with a more positive mindset that the people are rooting for you. Because honestly, a lot of these judges are. They want you to do your best. They want you to present them with a good performance. Because honestly, these can get kind of tiring. So if you go in there with a really great performance amidst a bunch of like not so great performances, it can really like be a mood changer for the judges where they're like sitting there like, oh, is there another tuba player who's coming in here with a really bad sound? Cool. Wow. But if you come in there and play well, they'll be like, oh, that was awesome. Cool. And who knows, even if you like didn't play it quite as well, because you played after tubas who didn't play quite as well, that might boost your overall rating. I don't know. Any other questions or anything? I think I've kind of wrapped up a bunch of my points and more. I guess, what was it? Yeah, so big thing is don't spend a lot of time practicing before your audition. I would say 10-15 minutes playing the etude, and then playing on your horn, I would say maybe another 10 and 15 minutes. What do you consider a good low and high range? It depends on the level. I think because you're talking about like low and high notes, right? I think it depends on your age level, of course, but I think middle school, if you have the F, low F to the low F, like 4 lines below to the F in the staff, it's a pretty good range. 11th grade. For that level, I would say like from a low E flat to a B flat or a C is pretty good. So like the low E flat, what is that? 5 spaces below the staff. Yeah. And then the B flat right above the staff. That space above the staff, or the C above the staff. If you have a range like that, that's pretty good for that level. But you can always expand. I know for me, my range on a good day is from the super pedal G. I don't know how many lines or spaces that is, but it's the G below the 4-space G. That's like below the first G below the staff. I can get down to that G below that pretty sometimes. And then high range for me is up to a super G above the staff. Yeah. Or actually, no, sorry, a super B flat. So not the B flat right above the staff, but the B flat above that. That's like, if we were to think like treble staff, it's like the middle line of the treble staff. But I haven't really gotten there in a while. For me right now, probably my range is about pedal C or pedal A, I think. Yeah, pedal A to a E natural above the staff is about my range right now. But 11th grade range, I would say closer to a D E or D. A low E or D that's like, is that 6, 5, 5 lines, somewhere around there, 5 lines below the staff, to like the B flat or the C right above the staff is a pretty good range. If you're a note or two below that, that's perfectly fine. If you're like note or 3 or 4 notes below that, it's still kind of fine, but especially considering the chromatic scale goes up to that B flat, probably should be higher. And because I think the lowest extension is like E natural, they don't go down to the E flat for the chromatic scales. And for the scales, I think the lowest scale is a double octave E, right? Could be wrong on that, but yeah. I'm not good at, I never remembered like the specific like E1, E2, whatever, those numbers. But yeah, if you can get to the low D up to the high B flat or C, it's a pretty good range. And yeah, also big thing about range, range is just all about, it's not about low or high, it's low and high. There's no either or. You have to build one with the other. That's my last little word I'll give on range. Hopefully does that make sense? But yeah, just relax, be calm. It's my biggest suggestions. Let me think. Trying to think of any last words. Yeah, just find something to relax before you audition. And maybe that's playing a game. Don't get too involved in the game. That happens to me a lot, where I'll be like, oh yeah, let's launch up Fallout 4. I can just play it for a couple of minutes. Oh, nice. Very nice. Let's see. There we go. Oh, wow. Like on tuba? That's pretty good. Wow, that's great. Very nice. Yeah, I will say like tuba high range, range especially, you don't really need like that note. I think the highest note I've seen written in a piece of music, in a solo piece, is like a D5 probably. Yeah, I think that's right. Like a D in the treble staff is the highest I've seen in a solo work for tuba. In terms of ensemble playing, I think the highest is probably, there might be a higher one, but the highest is that I can think of where I actually be playing tuba, where it would be expected to play tuba on it. I can't remember. Because of course Pictures has the high tuba solo, but it's usually not played on a tuba. It's usually played on euphonium. I think Rocky Point might be one of the highest. Rocky Point Holiday, one of the ones that has the highest notes. Or there might be I think there was a Schwartz. I think there was another piece or two that I can't remember that go pretty high. Of course, if you play brass band music, a lot of that can go high. What about anything above a high B flat scale? Same fingers play different notes. those runs up to the high notes, the same fingers play different notes. Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you're playing, the question is kind of confusing, but as you get higher, there's literally, like, you can use literally any fingering for any note. Just because of the way the harmonic series works, way up high like that, all the notes are like really close together. Whereas like down below, like B flat up to F, right below the staff, right? It's like those are the two open notes, and then below that B flat, the next low note that is open is the pedal B flat, of course. So it's a lot very wide down below the staff. But then as you get above the staff, there's like increments of like literally like a quarter steps. So it's like you can literally play the same note with 10 different fingerings probably up above the staff on average. I know I was thinking about this actually recently with alternate fingerings. I would say on average, most fingerings have at least 2 or 3. Most notes have at least 2 or 3 different fingerings, but as you get above the staff, as you get higher, all of the notes get more and more fingerings just because of the harmonic series. There's a lot more. It convolges a lot more. I actually might make a chart because I was going to make a alternate fingering video soon. But I might think about making a chart kind of showing how all of the harmonic series for each like fingering, kind of as it gets higher and higher, all the notes get closer and closer together. But yeah, as you get to like above the high B flat, right above the staff, yeah, you can literally play most of those notes with any fingering. I know a long time ago, I was playing, I think it was Lebedov, Concert Allegro. It was Concert Allegro or the concerto in one movement. They're basically the same, but there was I had a lesson with a Serbian tuba player once when I was studying it, or he was from Slavic. I think it was a Slavic tuba player. I don't know. It was a tuba player from that side of the world, that corner of the world. And he was talking about how there was like a high D in it, like the D 2 spaces above the staff. And he was recommending, because I think I was playing it with first valve on a C tuba, which is pretty normal, but he was recommending playing it open, and it did sound better. So it's like certain notes do sound better with certain fingerings, but as you get higher and higher, you can literally play anything. Like that same D, 2 spaces above the staff, I probably could have played it with fourth valve or 1 and 4, all 5 valves, whatever. I could probably play with anything and make that note happen. It's just because of the harmonic series, as we get higher and higher and higher, just like in Lorwyn. Sorry, that's a. Anyways, as we get higher and higher and higher, all the notes get closer and closer together. It's like how if you look at a piano keyboard, all the strings get smaller and smaller as it goes higher and higher and higher on the keyboard, or harp. Harp is a better example because you can see the strings on a harp a lot more clearly. And because of that highness, them getting smaller, they get closer and closer together. So you can use literally most fingerings for the same notes up there. Hopefully that helps. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to ask, but you can use whichever fingerings. I know for me, I will stick with like the more right fingerings up until like an F or so. Because in the staff, like in the bass staff, a lot of those notes I will try to play smaller fingerings for. But as we get towards the top of the bass staff, there's like a couple different options for what you can do. But I like to just reset and play, like going from F up to B flat. I like to play that little space like I'm doing from the F up to B flat, an octave below that. But there's other options. I think the other option was like going 1, 2, 1 open, or it's like F, G. I forget what the exact combination is, but there's a different option. There's different thing you can do with your fingerings up there. But like I said, there's lots of options as you get higher and higher. But anyways, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that kind of answered your question. I don't super understand what your question was asking, but hopefully that kind of made sense with it. Water is good. But anyways, if there's nothing else, I'm just going to wrap this up by just saying good luck tomorrow to everyone who's auditioning. I wish you the best. Have fun with it. I think that's also a big key. Just have fun. Don't stress too much. Relax. Find things that make you relax. Maybe it's reading a book, playing a video game that doesn't take much time. Yeah. So good luck to anyone who's doing those auditions tomorrow. I wish you the best. And I'll talk to you next time. I'll be doing a stream soon. As you might tell from the subscriber bar up there, we have hit the goal that I set a while back. So we need to have a stream to celebrate that soon, and also set the next goal. So that'll be exciting. Yeah, of course. Happy to help. Good luck. I wish you the best. You got it. That's all you got to tell yourself. Good, I'm glad. That's honestly, that's like the big thing with music, playing music, is that if you don't have the want to improve, you're not going to get very far. But that's good that you're wanting to improve. That's very excellent. But yeah, have a great one. I'll see y'all next time. And yeah, bye.